I'm live. Grateful day. Welcome to the 87th episode of the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast with your host, Jenée Hudson, the Uplifter. I empower professional entrepreneurs who feel disqualified to overcome toxic environments and self-doubt, to take decisive action, lead boldly in identity, and persevere, all anchored in faith. Before I dive into today's episode, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can watch, like, and share every episode. The link is in the bio as well as it'll be in the caption at the end of this podcast today. So time for the shirt. So today's shirt says, "Get out. A toxic environment is more likely to change you than you change it." So I personally did just that. As I chose to get out of many toxic environments along my journey, that also consisted of toxic people. Doing so has allowed me to continue to walk by faith and to persevere successfully. This is a perfect transition for today's topic called Get Out to Grow. Why leaving toxicity leads to breakthrough. So first, let me just share some eye-opening statistics with you. The first one is a 2025 iHire survey found that over half, 53.7% of employees quit jobs because of toxic workplace environments. And nearly 59% would even take lower paying jobs just because they want to escape the toxicity. Second, statistics show that research published by the MIT Sloan Management Review reveals that toxic workplace culture is 10.4 times more likely than compensation to predict employee turnover. Meaning, culture matters far more than salary as to why people are even leaving. Thirdly and lastly is mental health outcomes drastically improve when individuals leave toxic jobs and workplaces. So a 2025 new study compared that the impact to quitting, even smoking, showing significant improvements in both physical health and longevity for those who exit harmful work situations. These stats show that toxicity is not just draining your spirit, it's holding you back from your growth, your health, and from your destiny. Now listen, if you've ever felt like your spirit dampened by negativity, if mental clarity is clouded by conflict or passion drained by just dysfunction, you're not alone. Please definitely know that. But I want you to hear this today because sometimes the greatest breakthrough comes not from fixing what's broken, but from walking away with faith along your journeys. All right. So in this episode, we'll explore why leaving toxic spaces isn't giving up. It's gearing up for that greater glory, which we're all destined for, right? So it's not about abandoning responsibility by advancing your actual calling. That's what it's really about. So whether it's a culture that crushes your creativity, relationships that rob your peace, or environments that sabotage your wholeness within work, within your businesses, with a business partner, whatever that may be. You were never meant to stay there. Know that, and take it from me. I know firsthand about all of that. Because, your peace, your purpose, and your breakthrough are worth stepping just like into a new chapter for yourself, if nothing else, right? So let's claim it together, and let's start by doing that today. So with all that said, let's get started. Here are 3 giftful gems for today's topic, all right? So gift number 1 is exiting toxicity reclaims your health and launches growth. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, when you stay in a toxic environment too long, whether at work, again, in a relationship, or even within family dynamics sometimes, it slowly chips away at your energy, your self-worth, and even your physical health. Again, I know this all too well because unfortunately I lived it, right? But leaving is not a weakness. This is what you need to realize. And I had to realize that as well. It's one of the bravest investments that you can make in your own health and future. I had to learn that the hard way, but I am so glad that I learned it today. So along your actual entrepreneur journey, you're going to see how this is going to really help you by just simply choosing yourself for the most part, right? Also, I like to give actionable steps on how to do these things. So here they are. The first step, one second, is building an exit, you can call it an exit buffer. This means creating 3 to 6 months cushion of essential living expenses, you guys. So that this is gonna help you to walk away without panic or powerlessness. All right. So you can use apps such as the YNAB, which is also known as You Need a Budget. That's what it's titled for. All right. And there's another app called Every Dollar that can help you to organize and stick to those savings goals. All right. I also utilized one of these, you guys, and had money in advance before I started my businesses. So it was very, very helpful. All right. Even though my position went away during the pandemic, so that was out of my control. Honestly, I know God removed me from that situation. So I'm glad for that. But honestly, when it comes to the health part of it all, it's just financial. But your mental well-being matters too, you guys. You got to keep that in mind along your journeys as an entrepreneur, as a leader, whatever realm that you're in, all right? So to help with this, you want to use resources like calm.com. I love that one personally. Or one called Headspace for guided meditation. This can bring renewing, you guys, of your brain, your calmness, your focus, and self-trust, you guys, and just leaving toxic patterns. Telling you, very, very helpful with this mental. I was trying to find, if I had on my table here, something else that I wasn't going to mention it right away because I'm actually becoming an affiliate for it, but you can DM me to get more information through Amazon. This is something, I'm going to give y'all a little secret here that I use. This is what it is. I don't know if you can see that, but you guys, oh my gosh, this is Nero, okay? It's an energy and focus gum, you guys. This is so much better, and it's vegan and things like that. So it has some natural supplements and things like that, and it does have a little caffeine, but it's natural caffeine, you guys. This is so helpful for me because there are times that I need to focus and have energy, and I don't want to go to things like that Red Bull, not to each their own, but those type of things kind of give you a high, and there's a lot of sugar and things like that. And then they kind of like make you crash along the way or later. You know what I mean? But something like that neural gum, you guys, it is electrifying. Let me tell you, I've needed it when I don't get sleep sometimes. And the next day I pop a piece of that gum. Man, I am like ready for the world to keep going with my businesses and along my journey. So that's just a quick little tip for you. All right. Something you could possibly try. Again, DM me because I'm an affiliate for Amazon now. All right. So gift number 2. Gift number 2 is titled Clarity Comes When You Step Outside of Chaos. All right. So toxicity clouds judgment. Let's just be real about that. All right. So when you're consistently defending yourself, providing, proving your worth, or bracing for criticism, it's nearly impossible to hear your own voice. You guys, that was such like a challenging time for me even. Like I was always trying to prove myself and things like that. Now I am unapologetically not doing that. It just works for me, and you should definitely do what works for you as well. So, but know this in doing all of this. Once you leave certain toxic environments or people and things like that, the fog begins to lift, true enough. But clarity comes in stillness, you guys, and reflection. I had to learn this. Man, it was so important that you realize that the clarity is just going to be, just having that clarity is going to make you so much more better, even as a person, as a business person, on your 9-to-5, whatever you're going through, right? And of course, here are some actionable steps to also help with this area, okay? So first, I encourage you to create what I called a freedom framework journal. And it's a simple, just written or digital practice where you outline the following 3 things. So I'm going to give you those 3 things, okay? And you want to do these things daily, all right? So you're going to ask like what you're releasing, what you're learning, and what you're building. Very important, all right? And instead of actually using those cluttered apps that we've all been using, because I'm guilty for it as well, keep it simple, you guys, and use something like, there's an app called Dedicated Notebook, or even Google Docs, which I am huge with my Google Docs and my 3 businesses, you guys. And that's going to help for like easy access anywhere. So I wouldn't know what to do if I didn't have my Google Docs. I needed that big time when I was in New York for my new venture that most of you know about, right? And dealing with the media and taking my speaking business to the next level, you guys. All right. And then also, if you're that, if you like thrive visually, I'm a visual learner and trainer personally, you guys. Try using vision boarding with Canva or with Pinterest to map out like that life you're stepping into. You guys, so very helpful to just put it out there and see it and do it. That's what I did. All right. Okay. The last gift is gift number 3. And that is titled Growth Requires Gathering New, Healthier Environments, you guys. Man, this is one of my favorite gifts of this topic and podcast today. Because, leaving toxicity, it's only like half the journey. You're hearing it first and foremost right here. It's half the journey and battles and challenges, you guys. Growth is the other half of it all right? Especially as an entrepreneur, again, a 9-to-5er, or just simply throughout your own journeys, you guys, because growth requires that soil. That's what it requires. And of course, you have to have soil to grow anything, right? So just as a plant can't flourish it's depleted like ground. You can't thrive if you step out of toxicity but never reroot. That's the key word. Yourself in healthier spaces, you guys. Man, ooh, this was a challenge for me, but I did it, and you can do it too, all right? This is where community, accountability, and new exposure matters most. Take it from me, all right? So as the Toxicity Recovery Mentor, I can personally assist you with all of these things and help you to work through this if you simply just DM me directly with the hashtag mentor, all right? But until then, here are some actionable steps to help you in this area. So first, you want to start small by intentionally surrounding yourself with voices that build you, not that break you, okay? Such as like joining faith-driven entrepreneur groups, you guys, on LinkedIn, or uplifting spaces like the Lift Society, also known as Led in Faith and Truth, you guys. So important and so helpful. One of the ones that I actually joined is my speaking academy, Next Level Speaking Academy. And this was like 2 years ago because I had fear of speaking. Yes, Jenée the Uplifter had fear of speaking. Jenée Hudson, who was the executive staff leader in human resource, 20 plus years expertise, running $1 million company with 800 plus employees, salaried and hourly, and carrying 4 roles during being the HR manager. I did not have enough faith to speak beyond like work stuff. You know what I mean? So now here I am, and I'm a speaker, an author, and all of these things. And you guys, you too can do all these things. If I can get past getting out of my fear of being a speaker, and I'm even on here with this podcast, I think it's the 87th episode I said, you too can get past all of whatever those fears are for you. All right? So joining that community helped me get into a good community, or like I said, other groups to help you. All right? Also, if you're career focused, consider like mentorship and coaching platforms, even within that career. That's going to take you to the next level as well. And you could use a platform called Better Up or Workplace Wellness. Resources like Calm for your business. That's what it's called. Calm for business. All right. To ensure your next professional steps are healthy and supported, you guys. So excited to even hear about those things that you're going to be taking on. All right. So for personal transformation, though, look into like online wellness retreats. You guys, man, we all need online wellness in some form or fashion. Running out of water. So you want to learn, you want to join those wellness retreats, or like leadership workshops, or even like the virtual masterminds. I've done so very many virtual masterminds. I've even taught a couple of them. So you want to get into those things and be a part of them, especially again as an entrepreneur or just along your journey, who are prioritizing mental health alongside that financial success to the next and to your next level for the most part. All right. So the key is, you guys, to replace those toxic like voices and or people that echo the truth about what you should be doing and who you are for the most part. And of course, just simply be yourself with that. But it's going to help you to echo the truth, the vision, and resilience big time. All right. So over time, you guys, these environments like will reinforce your confidence altogether. It'll help accelerate your growth. And it'll even open up divine opportunities that you could never have like access while stuck in that toxicity. You don't want that. You know, I had to get out of those toxic environments that I had within like my school environment, my home life, work life. That was the main toxicity. Well, I won't say the main because home life was not good either at certain times in my life coming up. But you guys, getting out of those toxic environments really, really helped me to get to the next level. Like I said, going to New York, now going to be doing these wonderful, amazing shows and things like that with the media and just magazines and things like that. Go back, if you guys, and look at my page. You'll see it all. I talked to you about the very beginning before I actually went to New York. And I just am putting out one, I think, between today and tomorrow as to what the outcome was. And just know that it was fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. All right? Okay. So, you guys, that concludes today's episode and those 3 gifts of the amazing gems for the episode. But let me just leave you with this. Know that, stepping away from toxicity is not running, you guys. That does not make you weak. It's actually rising. It's helping you to rise. You are and were never created to stay just like in that confinement. I know I wasn't, but I had to learn that about myself and just about my journey, you guys. But instead, to break free into like your calling, that's what's going to help you to do by removing yourself from toxic environments and toxic people. So toxicity altogether, right? Your breakthrough is not just possible, you guys. Take it from me. It's exactly what you need and what you deserve. All right? So by choosing peace over pressure, alignment over acceptance, and even trust over turmoil, you guys, man, you align yourself just with God's purpose for life. That's what I did. And listen, never forget that, honestly, growth often requires leaving certain places and things and people, you guys. Not losing a past that no longer fits into your future. You're not losing anything, you guys. You're choosing yourself to persevere above what you've been doing, right? And you deserve that. I know I did, and I know you do as well, okay? So listen, when you walk forward in faith, God meets you with more than just the next steps for you, okay? Again, I cannot say this enough. That's what I went through also. Remember, I lacked faith also. So he will meet you with more than enough, okay, of what you need to do next. Even if you feel like you cannot go anymore, you got this. Big time. Trust. Take it from me. Again, I am a testimony sitting here right now that you too got this. The pressure, the challenges, you guys keep going because you're going to get there to your next level because you're worthy of it. And you should be there, period. Okay? Again, take it from me. That's the best I can tell you. So I'm giving you some tips, obviously, of how to do this because that's why I'm doing this topic right now. Go back and look at those tips. God is consistently guiding my path, you guys. And if he can do it for me, he can certainly do it for you because you too are one of God's children. Okay? So listen, take the next step. Relieve yourself from all the toxicity in your life, whatever that may be, and watch yourself just shine to the next level. You got this. All right. As always, you guys, man, you are so appreciated. Thank you so very much for tuning in to this 87th episode of the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast with Jenée Hudson, the Uplifter. Please continue to follow and share for ongoing content and actionable inspiration, you guys. I am so grateful for you. Keep the faith, and until next time, have many blessed days and a prosperous journey on purpose. Later.